Hey, welcome back to the Moms of Tar Diaries. Today I have a special guest with me and I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi, thank you for having me. So my name is Hamna Arif and I am from Pakistan. I have two kids and I've been living in Muscat from last 2 years.
So, Hamna, how would you describe Ramadan in one word?
Blessings, I would say full of blessings it is.
And you're a mom of two, so they are 8 and 10?
Yeah.
And how would you describe Ramadan before getting married and having kids and after?
It's totally different, I think. Before you're not, of course, there is a set of responsibilities which comes in when you are a mother and, you have to do a lot. And now, mashallah, my kids are fasting as well. So it's a different thing. Before that, it's just going to be us and, we're fasting and praying and doing our stuff. And everything is done by mom. So, yeah. So it's like now I'm the mom. So
your mom is not in Oman, right?
no, my family is actually my father is in Dubai, my mom is in Pakistan, and so yeah, it's been a while we had Ramadan together.
So how does it feel adjusting to that, being alone in another country with your small family?
Yeah, it's actually difficult because you feel you miss them a lot, especially when there is Eid, there is Ramadan, all these occasions, and because Ramadan is always fun with family, I feel. And but yeah, I think Oman is great, so we are doing well.
And speaking of your family, how did Ramadan feel like when you were a child, surrounded by your mom, your dad, and your siblings, and compared to now? Like, what's one memory you cherish the most?
I think like living back in Pakistan, we have this thing in our house, like I'm sure there is here as well, that, the giving, the distribution of iftars, whether it's your family, relatives, whether it's your neighbors. So that has to be, that was a task back then. Like we used to divide our duties, me and my brothers. And we were excited for it that, he has to just take iftars. And because I used to live with my grandparents and, just growing up with grandparents, it's a different thing, I feel. So you get to see the world from a different angle. So for every little thing, there was a reward for us. Like if we are fasting, there's a reward. If we have finished a Quran or a Sipara in one day, there's a reward. So yeah.
You get rewarded a lot.
Yeah. So they keep us rewarding us, maybe to motivate us. And that is one thing we miss a lot.
And do you do the same with your children?
Yeah, we try to, but they are not like us. They are like, they want more. So we keep on, teaching them as well that, there is not always, of course, there is no limit of having things. You keep on having more and more and you keep on desiring for more. But yeah, we do that with them. When they're fasting and when they're doing something good, we do appreciate them and we do, compensate that in the way that they want.
Nice. And what values do you hope to pass down to your children as they grow up, and in Ramadan especially?
I actually, because in the world that we are living in, I want my kids to be empathic. Like, I want them to have some empathy. Basically, I want them to have, concern and care for other person. And the main thing I want them to have is, I would say the power of giving. So that's really important.
After becoming a mother, what was one of the biggest challenges you faced, especially during Ramadan?
I think fasting is quite a challenge when you have small kids, and and then when you're fasting and sometimes you're frustrated, you need to control your anger, and then you just all of that. So I think that was quite difficult for me, and I think for any other mom. But yeah, it's okay. You get the hang of it.
And if I'm not mistaken, there is an organization that you handle. How do you do all of that while fasting, while taking care of your kids, your family, your husband, the house, everything?
Yeah, I think like people do ask me this question, and I think there is no answer. Honestly, I don't have an answer to that because I feel that if you love doing something, you just manage somehow. Like you just sometimes I won't say my house is perfect and everything is perfect. Sometimes things are messy, and it's I'm running late and everything. But yeah, we get to do it.
And what's one self-care tip or trick that you try to maintain during and outside Ramadan to keep, to stay intact, to keep your sanity?
Yeah, you're talking about like any healthcare or any skin? Okay, I'm someone who doesn't care at all. So yeah, for me, I'm like thinking right now. Even my husband has to tell me, please drink water. As like, yeah. So I don't really do anything. I think I got lucky. Meanwhile, if I don't have any symptoms, but yeah, I try because in Ramadan, you know how it is. I try to drink water, enough water for that, and the rest is just eat healthy. I mean, try to, because we are into this thing. We eat a lot of fried stuff, and so I'll just try to make them in a healthy way. Not always, not lying.
And how does Ramadan feel special or unique in your home?
So Ramadan, I would say, is like we're a small family here. It's like, when I feel in Ramadan, you get more close to your family because you are not having that daily chaotic routine that you usually have. So you're, eating together more, you're praying together more. And so it gets really special. I think you get to bound with your family more, I feel.
And since your children are 8 and 10, how did you explain Ramadan to them? And now they're fasting, mashallah. How did all of that happen?
For my daughter, I would say she has this thing always in her. I mean, mashallah, I don't have to tell her to do all that. So, but yeah, of course, they're kids, so they ask questions. But we try to, put up things in a way like we are telling them a story or something, and we have different channels that we show them. We watch with them. That the Omar Suleiman series, we watch that. The Ramadan series he has. So we are learning a lot from that also, and with them, they're also learning.
And what's one dua you always make for them during or not during Ramadan?
You mean like any surah or any particular dua? Okay, so for the dua, the first thing I want for my kids is to become a good human, a good Muslim, because I know when they're a good human, a good Muslim, the other things are gonna fall for correctly on the place for them. So that are the two things that I'm most concerned about: being a good human and being a good Muslim.
Thank you so much.